Mother of two, Emma Lovell, was killed defending her family on Boxing Day in a violent home invasion north of Brisbane. The alleged perpetrators, two 17-year-olds who were on bail at the time. This is the latest tragedy in the deadly youth crime wave gripping Queensland. Joining us now from Brisbane is criminologist, former detective, Dr. Terry Goldsworthy. Terry, thanks for your time this morning. The question everyone is asking, why does this keep happening?
Well, I think it's just indicative of a wider problem with crime in Queensland. I mean, if you look at the last financial year in Queensland, we've had a 7% increase in the crime rate. We've had an increase of 29% in the terms of robberies that have taken place. 13% for unlawful use of motor vehicles, stolen cars, and 18% for break-in and enters of people's houses. So, this is a wider problem, and we've seen it exacerbated with youth offenders. I mean, youth offenders are overrepresented in these type of offences. They make up about 50% of the offenders for these offences, yet overall for offending they make up 16% of offenders. So they're committing much more serious offences in greater numbers than adult offenders are.
And we're hearing this news now that the teens were on bail at the time. Do we need to look at tougher penalties maybe for young people?
Well, what we simply need to do for a start is bring back the offence of breach of bail for juvenile offenders. I mean, that was removed by the Labor government some years ago. They've refused to bring it back. It needs to be brought back. It'll make it much easier for police to action people who are on bail and who are breaching those conditions. I mean, the way they've got to do it now is quite torturous for them and takes a delayed reaction that happening. A breach of bail offence has the benefit that it's very simple and it's instantaneous when the police arrest and charge them for that. We had a range of youth justice reforms come in about 18 months ago, well, beginning of 2021 actually, 2 years ago. We only got a report on the effectiveness of those outcomes, a couple of months ago. It was delayed for 6 months, and then when it was released, it was done in the dead of night as some attempt to avoid media scrutiny.
Right.
When you look through those 6 or so reform packages, almost all of them showed no effect or were unable to show any effect. And the one that really stands out and the public would be amazed by is electronic monitoring devices, which we had for people on bail for risk offenders. We had 46,000 youth offenders in Queensland last year. In the trial period for those electronic monitoring devices, we issued three monitoring devices at a cost of $11 million.
Dr. Terry Goldsworthy, thanks for your time this morning.